town, the place for all the fun. Creative kids, come join us, come. Reading with Joan, the place for all the fun. Have a great time, come join us, come. Read and write, it is right to common with each other and be friends with one another. So, reading with Joan, a place for all to find. Creative kids, come join us, come. Reading with Joan, a place for all to find. Have a great time, come join us, come. And so on that, we'll say thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Thank you so much for coming today. We are on Reading with Joan, Kids at Home. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for a lovely time joining us this afternoon. I want to ask somebody at home, tell us about your weekend. How was your weekend? Peace, tell us something that happened at your weekend.
Precious.
No, Precious. Precious is the first person to speak today. Can you tell us one thing that happened during the weekend?
I went to the beach.
Wow.
And then, when I was at the beach, I took off my shoes and then I went into the water with my brother and my dad. And then I built, something with sand. And then I went home. And that's all.
Wow, that's lovely. Oh gosh, I wish I could do that.
Yes, me too.
It was raining here, so we couldn't do beach, but I'm glad you've had fun. So kids at home, Precious had fun in the beach. And what did you do? What were you up to at the weekend? You can send us a message and let us share it, and we'll begin to build a community around ourselves. What did you do at the weekend? What did you do at the weekend, Jemmy?
What did we do? We did Reading with Joan.
Yeah.
Boring. Not boring.
Okay, what did you do? What else did you do? You ride your bicycle. Do you have to remind you?
Yes, and we also had some time with our friends, Dave, Julie, and some other friends as well on a Zoom call. That was fun. Darcy. Oh yes.
So you had church on Zoom. Yes. Okay. So they had church on Zoom yesterday. That was interesting. That's good. Thank you, Precious, for sharing your weekend moments with us. And so this afternoon we are going to start and continue our reading session.
So who is reading first?
Who is reading first?
I'll read first.
Okay, so Big J will read first.
Sorry, Jack can read because I've not even got it.
Okay, so Little J, you're reading first. And tell us the title of a book while you step out, Big J. Tell us the title of a book and everything about the book.
Everything.
You want us to know. Okay, just tell us the title and then start reading.
Maybe not everything.
Not everything detail. Yeah, continue.
Anansi and the Antelope Baby. Retold by Tony Bradman. Illustrated by Steve Horrocks. Everybody has heard about Anansi the spider and his tricks, of course. He's the eight-legged king of mischief, and he's never short of ideas for having fun. Usually at the expense of other creatures. But even he needs some help from time to time. That's when you might get to see he has a decent side to his character as well. One day, he was hanging around in a bush, spinning a web, as spiders do. Anansi was thinking about all the tricks he might play when suddenly he smelled smoke. He scrambled to the top of the bush to find out what was going on, and his eyes nearly popped out. The forest was on fire, and a wall of flame was heading his way.
That's
the
the forest
picture.
on fire. Oh dear. Okay. Did you show them at home? Show them at home. No. On Zoom. You see the forest on fire, kids? Okay.
Oh no! I'm in big trouble now, Anansi muttered to himself. My little legs will never outrun that fire. What can I do? Other animals in the forest were running away. Anansi called out to each one as they ran past. Help me, please! But none of them did as he asked. Anansi didn't have many friends because of all the tricks he played. The flames were getting closer and closer, and the smoke was making him cough. The last animal to run past was Antelope. Anansi called out to her, and much to his relief, she stopped. Quick, jump on my back, she said. We don't have much time. Anansi didn't need to be told twice. He leaped onto her back, and then he leaped onto her back, and she ran off, her long legs flying on the ground. Anansi clung on as he bounced up and down. The flames were just behind them, and he thought they weren't going to make it, but they did. They reached the edge of the forest when the fire stopped. Phew, that was close, said Anansi, lowering himself to the ground. I can't thank you enough, Antelope. If you ever need any help, you can certainly count on me. That's very kind of you, Anansi, said Antelope. Take care of yourself. Cheerio! Anansi watched her go, then went on his way himself. Time passed and things settled down again. The forest started growing. All the animals came back, and Anansi got to his usual mischief. But he had a soft spot for Antelope and never tried any tricks on her new baby. A beautiful little creature she clearly adored. One day, Anansi was hanging around in a tree when he saw the two of them. You stay here, baby, Anansi heard Antelope say as she tucked him under a bush. I'm going to get some of that sweet grass you love. Don't worry, I won't be long. Then she bounded off, and Anansi turned to leave, but then he saw two hunters come up from behind a nearby rock. Anansi hid behind the tree so they wouldn't spot him. Come on, after her, said the first hunter. You can return for the baby later. Anansi watched them go and felt worried about his friend. He decided she would probably be all right, though she could run like the wind, and she had escaped hunters before. But what if she kept going, thinking she was leading them away from baby? The hunters would just give up the chase and come back for him. Anansi believed that only he could save baby, but what could he do? Anansi desperately racked his brains, and at last it came to him. What if he spun a web around the bush so the hunters couldn't see baby? Anansi quickly got to work, but the hunters came back before he'd finished. Anansi stopped what he was doing and watched them nervously from behind a bush. Behind the leaf. They looked rather cross, so Anansi guessed Antelope had escaped. Where's the baby? Said the first hunter. This was the place, wasn't it? Yes, I thought he was under this bush, said the second hunter. Although it looks different now. It didn't have the spider web on it. You're right, said the first hunter, but let's have a closer look. Anansi felt a surge of panic. He had to finish the web. He started spinning as fast as he could, keeping one step ahead of them as they walked around the bush. It was touch and go, but he got the whole bush covered just in time. Then he lowered himself to the ground beside Baby and waited, holding his breath. No, this can't be the same bush, said the first hunter at last. Come on then, said the second hunter. Let's look elsewhere. This is the picture.
It's okay. Keep reading.
Anansi only breathed out once, but he knew the hunters had gone. At that moment, Antelope came running up. Baby, she cried out. Where are you, baby? Don't worry, Antelope, said Anansi, tucking a hole in the web. Here he is. Anansi told Antelope what had happened, and she was very relieved. Oh, Anansi, she said, I'll never be able to thank you enough. Think nothing of it, said Anansi. That's what friends are for. The other animals didn't believe it when Antelope told them that he'd said that. But for once, the king of mischief really, really meant it. The end.
The end. So, great reading, Little J. And kids at home, I hope you enjoy that story. Little J, can you give us a question about the story you read so that the kids at home can answer your question? What question do you have?
What was the thing the baby liked?
What was the thing the baby liked? You want to use thing or use the food? What kind of food did the baby like?
What kind of food did the baby like?
Oh, that's hard.
Okay, Ayo is raising up her hands.
Is it crisp?
Oh, no.
It was an antelope baby. That might be
An antelope baby.
No, antelope's like crisp.
Okay. Any other person? Okay, Tamara. What? What is it, Tamara? Huh?
Bird.
Bird seeds. Is it bird seeds?
This is a hard question.
It's a very hard question. Are you sure?
Here.
It's very easy. What kind of food does antelope eat?
So
let's
it's not
try.
really food that we would eat.
Okay. Ayo. We are listening.
Is it milk?
Oh, okay. Triple Mom is the last person.
Really hard to check, but
It's not hard. Okay. Triple Mom.
Easy. Antelopes eat.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Okay. Ayo,
Okay.
last option.
okay.
Is it grass?
Good.
Yes.
That's
grass.
it. Thank you. That's it. So So that's it. So the
Wow.
baby was looking for grass. So
No,
that's
a
good.
baby.
It was a baby, so the mom wanted to go and get grass for the baby. So thank you. So what is the moral of the story today?
Isn't tomorrow the end? But
Yeah?
There isn't a moral.
The moral says you should help others because when you do good turn, it will come back to you.
yes, you said
Remember
that.
the antelope helped the ants.
The antelope
Help the spider.
Help the spider. The antelope helped the spider.
No, the spider helped the antelope.
Oh, the
And then
spider
the
helped.
antelope helped the spider.
Wait.
No.
But the antelope
No,
helped
the spider,
open
the antelope helped the spider,
out
and
of
the
the
spider
fire.
helped the antelope. The antelope helped the spider out of the
Oh,
fire.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay? So, remember, kids, you need to be kind to others because whatever kindness you show to others is coming back to you. Do not forget that.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story. Be kind. It doesn't matter. You're going back to school in August or September. Even when people are unkind to you, learn to be kind to others because it is coming back to you when you're kind. Okay? Okay, do we all understand? Good. Good story. Well done, little J. Can you leave the stage so that Big J can read, please?
Am I reading now or am I playing?
Playing.
Okay.
You're reading.
Thought I'd play. But okay.
All right.
Here we go. From page 170. Mr. Nolan took a step forward. I do apologize. It was our understanding that we could receive a free entrance ticket for an educational visit in exchange for a dead animal. John shook his head. No, I'm sorry. That must have been a misunderstanding. What? Shouted Rachid. But Matteo told us. Everyone looked at Matteo. Matteo stared at the floor. He scratched a scab on his arm. I thought we could, he said softly. You said it was written on a sign, said Anna. Yes, said Matteo. His shoulders drooped. For a moment it was quiet. Smart move, Luke said. So we collected all those dead animals for nothing. Cheers, Matteo. I can get quite fed up with Matteo, too. Last night, for example, when he'd hidden in the woods, I felt really grumpy. But not now. I only felt cross with Luke. I could feel the anger rising up inside me like a hot flash of lightning. You didn't even collect anything, I said. So you can stop moaning, okay? What did you say? Luke said in a menacing voice. That you can stop moaning. Right now. Luke moved towards me. I moved towards him. I looked at Luke, my eyes half shut. Luke took a step back. He tripped over a stone and nearly fell off the steps. Mr. Nolan just managed to grab him. Calm down, boys, please, he said. We're going to sort this out right now. So if I understand it correctly, we can get rid of these animals here? John shook his head. No, I'm sorry. I am terribly sorry. Then we have a bit of a problem. A new school group were coming up the steps. They didn't have a cool box and were allowed to walk straight through the door. Matteo tugged gently at Mr. Nolan's sleeve. He was blinking. Sir, I have some money. Here. He pressed a £10 note into his hand. I quickly rummaged in my bag. I brought some money too. My mum had given me £10 spending money and £20 in case of emergency. And this was very clearly an emergency. I've got £15, Archie said. And here's 20 quid, Christy said. Mr. Nolan shook his head. Thank you, children, but there is no need. I have the money. That's not the issue. Put the £10 back in your wallet, please, Matteo. And you too, Christy. It's not needed. No, my problem now is where we can leave the dead animals. Is there anywhere here we can get rid of them? Bury them, Anna said, indignant. We can't throw them away. We have to give them a proper burial. Can't get rid of the animals here, said John. You can't bury them either. We're in the middle of a student campus in the city. All right, Mr. Nolan said. We'll just have to take them back to our campsite. That's our only option, I think. Luke nudged Tom. Great. We'll have a BBQ tonight. Mr. Nolan scowled. We'll take them back and organize a proper funeral. Please can we leave our cool box here for a few hours? I promise we'll take it back with us. That's fine with me, said John. And then I overheard him whispering to Mr. Nolan. You know what? We usually charge school groups, but I'm happy to let you all go in for free today, as you've gone to a lot of trouble with your dead rats. Really? Mr. Nolan's face lit up. That's fantastic! Just keep it to yourself. I will, Mr. Nolan said. Come on, everyone! At last we were allowed in. Steve! Shouted Archie. Sam, look! Steve Backshall! It was true. There was Steve Backshall in his t-shirt and shorts, standing on top of a large cabinet in a hall. This was our lucky day. At least, that's what we thought. Then we realized he was made of cardboard. We followed John through the hall and into the gallery, where we saw lots of stuffed animals, including a polar bear called Eric, and a lot of cardboard Steve Backshalls too. It was a large area full of epic creatures. I knew at once that this was like the most awesome museum in the world. Felt a bit like Charlie's Amazing Chocolate Factory, except there were no chocolate rivers or Oompa Loompas, but dinosaur fossils and skeletons, some extremely tall like the T-Rex, and there was a mammoth with tusks that looked like the forks of a forklift truck. But there were also jellyfish and octopuses in large glass jars, beetles and butterflies pinned up on the wall, and a monster crab called a giant Japanese spider crab, which had even made the Queen gasp when she visited the museum. That's not a real crab, said Luke. It is a real crab, said Archie. Carry on walking, John called out, and he took us to the archives, a room with lots of drawers and cabinets full of animals, all dead and stuffed or pinned up. We were allowed to have a quick peek. Please can we have a proper look inside? Archie asked. Sadly, we weren't allowed. Only scientists were allowed in. So we carried on to the next room with even more stuffed animals. We met Sparky the Budgie, a stuffed budger turned television star that had won a speaking bird contest in 1958. Archie gulped. Sparky reminded him of his own dead Budgie. We went into the fossils in the fossil stories room. There we saw trilobites which looked like woodlice, but actually had been around before the dinosaurs. There were amphibians and fish fossils, and a model of the pterodactyl. And there were fish with lungs, so they could breathe when the river had dried out, and fish with legs, so they could crawl onto dry land when a predator fish was trying to eat them. John explained that all the fossils were a bit like different shots from a single film. You could see how different species had come into being, from very simple animals to very complex ones.
Wow. So interestingly, today we are looking at a lot of fossils. But you know, when she started reading, my fun was the children were stuck with the rats. They planned to bring this rat to for this excursion, and they ended up being stuck with the rats because they couldn't do anything with them. So that was just a fun at the beginning. So Big J, can you please give us a question you read from the book? One question.
What was the man's name?
Which man? Explain who the man is.
The man that was at the desk at the beginning.
What was the name of the man at the desk at the beginning of our reading today?
Just today, not.
The man's name was mentioned. Where did you start from today?
Ben?
No.
Who knows?
Jason.
Oh God, it's just a 4-letter word. Tamara, can you help Tamara? It's just a 4-letter word.
Sam?
No.
Andy?
Don't keep on guessing.
Andy?
Don't stop guessing.
I think it. What does it start with?
Starts with a J.
J.
Jane?
Wrong.
No.
You have only one chance.
One more chance. One more chance. Who's one more chance? Tomorrow.
Huh?
Tomorrow.
No. I just one chance. Everybody one chance. Ayo. Tell Ayo to come.
No, what about Triple Mom?
Wait.
What was the question?
Oh.
What was the name of the man at the desk?
Not Steve.
So Ayo, let Ayo say the answer.
Is it John?
Correct. Hey, that's the answer. The answer is John. Well done, Ayo. Well done. You were listening. Thank you. And so we're going to ask Big J to play now, and then I have special announcements to make for the month of June. Yay!
Ooh.
So Big J, Little J, can you let them please?
Even I don't
Bye-bye.
know what the scores are yet.
I'll disappear under the ground.
Dun, 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 dun. Here is my horn, and I am going to play Michael Finnegan.
Wow. Is that short? Oh my goodness. I thought it's going to be forever.
Forever.
Oh no, this your French on songs are very short. So can you move to that side, please? I'm going to take the middle now. So kids at home, is the end of another month. Drum roll. Who is the winner for this month? Yeah.
Third place and second place.
Oh no. The winner for this month is Bayo. We are giving Bayo the award for the winner for the month because he's a little boy and he answered our question. Fantastic. We had a problem selecting the winner for the month because the kids it was very close match. So we just decided we are going to give just one person, and that's Bayo. Congratulations, Bayo. Well done.
Well done.
And then we have the artist of the month. We had a brilliant selection of artwork this month. You can see the video on our website, on our Facebook page. It was quite competitive, but I want to announce that the third runner-up is Little J and Peace. And the second runner-up is Amy.
Well done.
And the winner is Big J. She doesn't know, she's just finding out.
Which one?
Yeah?
Which one?
It was just selected.
What
When you done, what?
third. That's good.
You got the third. You got the third.
What?
Peace, congratulations.
Wherever you are,
Little J,
if
can
you're
you sit
watching.
down? Little J, can you sit down? You're making. So, peace, congratulations wherever you're watching. Amy, congratulations for being the artist of the month. Unfortunately, we didn't have a writer, although Big J wrote something, but she was not ready.
It's not fair. It's not
She
fair.
was not ready to share it. So we skipped on the writers of the month. Little J wrote a poem this month, and so we give her the Poet of the Month award. Yay! Although they are my kids, so they are not taking any prize. So, kids, I want to encourage you. Show who you are. Be confident. Show your creativity. In the month of July, we want the writers of the month. We want the artist of the month and the poet of the month. So we are looking forward to your submission. And thank you for all the people that submitted the artwork. If the parents couldn't even choose because it was so competitive and everything was just beautiful. So thank you so much, and we look forward to your submission for the month of July. And for those that have not submitted before, we are looking forward to your artwork, your songwriting if you write songs, your poets, and your artwork and your stories.
And just playing.
No, we can actually introduce science. If you did a science experiment, you did by yourself. I'm not asking you to go and bring out your science. No, you. So if you did a science experience by yourself
I did
and you want to showcase your science experience, we have another aspect of it. We have a STEM aspect to reading with Joan.
Can I do an
Because you can
example?
wait now, let me finish talking. You know, we have been reading a book about science, and so if you can do something and showcase your science work, we'd love to have you. So
Yeah.
on this note, we want to say thank you for coming. And what do we want to do? We want to
Play the theme song.
play the theme song
Okay.
while we are going, and so we are just trying
And this time we're going to play the backing track. So we're going to see if we can just play with no other singers. Just us.
just us. Okay, all right. So
This one.
which one? All right.
Picture the place for all the fun. Creative kids,
Come join us, come. Reading with Joan, a place for all the fun. Have a great time. Come join us, come. Read and write, science is right. We'll come and each other and be friends with one another. So, reading with Joan, a place for all the fun. Creative kids, come join us, come. Reading with Joan, a place for all the fun. Have a great time. Come join us, come.